Well, it is always a genuine pleasure to welcome a fellow female property entrepreneur to Property Tribes, and today I'm joined by the lovely Olga Nacheva. Olga is an HMO landlord, and she's also the founder of a new HMO management and marketing platform called No White Walls. And Olga, I'm so delighted to welcome you to Property Tribes. I think you're doing some really amazing stuff. Let's just start off starting about your own property HMO journey and how that led you to creating No White Walls.
So I started as an HMO landlord about 4 or 5 years ago, still holding a day job, being a VP of business development in a big company. And I went into HMOs, obviously, initially for the yields and for the financial KPI. But when I started looking into the model more closely, what I saw in the market is a great model which potentially for me was a lifestyle choice for millennials and for people, but not a lot of people at the time were doing it in a sort of nicer level. So I thought I would try, and I started branding my HMOs. I called it No White Walls, so it's not bland and you don't get your same magnolia in every room. I started creating different designs and rooms for different kind of people. I put a lot of effort in creating a community amongst the tenants and supporting it by caring about them, running events, talking to them regularly, trialing different kind of extra services, extra benefits for them. And what I saw is that there is a lot of response and a lot of demand and welcome from renters to receive that level of service. I get such heartfelt reviews and people thanking me for them being part of a family throughout their staying within my properties. However, having gone through that and being quite successful, once I decided that I probably want to take myself a little bit out of doing a daily landlord job, and I spent about 1.5 years trying to somehow build a property management around my HMOs. It was difficult, I have to admit. I tried different things. I hired people. I tried high street agents. I tried online agents, and none of them really cut it up until I found a solution which worked for me. And that led me to understanding of quality HMO landlords very often have it difficult to outsource because we've built something amazing and we want to maintain that level of service, and we are not sure that somebody else will be able to do it the same thing in the same level. We see how a standard high street agent do that, and we see that it's not what we want. So we started building first as a property management platform, and as we built through that, I also realized that there is so many different bits of technology available, and I have to do so many little things about signing the documents, sending this through, checking with tenants about maintenance, submitting them, renewed documents, renewed gas certificates. All of that is multiple things in multiple places. So I was lucky to be joined by my co-founder, who is a tech background and a CTO in a couple of startups before, and we decided to create a tech platform which enables a totally seamless journey built specifically for the HMO process.
Well, I love how you describe that, and I think one of the things about No White Walls, just from my perspective, is that it's what I call it creates a triple win. So the landlord benefits, the tenant benefits, but ultimately also the community benefits. And really what you're creating, I guess to give a very broad picture of it, is you're creating a network of very high standard HMOs across the country that tenants can move between because they know what they're going to get.
Yeah, absolutely. And we think it's not just the tenants and the landlords who obviously get the benefits of technology and all the effort and investment we put behind creating the community, creating those events, those benefits, those perks and discounts for tenants and tenant club and tenant apps and whatnot. But it's also the community in a larger sense. People know what to expect when they move in between the network. We set the standard of quality and the standard of service which they come to expect when they move around, and therefore it attracts a different kind of people, a special kind of people who care better about property, who love the community, and they're prepared to share and give back. And therefore, I think overall, you create that presence on the market, which enables workforce to be more mobile, employers to get easier with bringing new people and attracting new people, because they know when they stay within the network, it's the same high level of service and care that they will get.
Indeed, and I think, we see a lot of discussions on the forums about how standards do have to rise within the HMO sector, and I think we see a lot of what I would call cookie cutter HMOs, where people think that you can take a certain colour scheme and you can have one wall with some nice wallpaper on it. But this is really taking it to a completely another level in terms of the standard of care and accommodation that the tenant receives.
Yeah. I think it's, yes, obviously nice design always helps.
Of course.
But all my learning is that it's all about people. And it's about that presence and care you create for them. That you have a human face as an agent, as a manager. You are there for them. You know when their birthday is. You create events for them, and that's why we created the technology which allows landlords and allows tenants to have that journey seamlessly, to avoid most of the pitfalls, to avoid calling with a maintenance request and not getting an answer. Just everything works as it should be in the 21st century.
Indeed, and it's kind of strikes me that you've almost created a club of like-minded landlords who are committed to professional standards, want to raise their game, and of course there's so many benefits to doing that, and we've touched on one of them, that tenants will stay longer, and as the community grows, then all of the people and the landlords that come into the community, they will start to benefit, and the results of the community and the impact it can have are amplified.
Absolutely. And I also think from the perspective of looking into the future and where the market is growing and what is the generation of people who are now in their 20s but will become the tenants, the renters in the next 10, 15 years, what is their expectation of technology, what is their expectation of level of service, what is their dreams and, what they want. We must be prepared. And the time where an HMO was just, a few rooms and a few people sharing a bathroom, somehow this world is ending, and if you look at what government is doing in regulation, if you look at what's happening in the macroeconomy with the workforce mobility, with the flexible working, with so many people going freelance, we need to provide that kind of living to the renters of the future. And I think the landlords who choose to be that level now, they're going to be the one winning the competition in 5-10 years' time.
No, I totally agree. So what sort of, if a landlord went on to the No White Walls platform, which is available now in beta format, they've got various different levels of service, haven't they? Yeah. So they can actually pick and mix what level of service they want, right up to the fully managed service with specialist HMO property managers. But what I like is that, there'll be some landlords out there that have already got their own brands, and one that springs to mind is the lovely Punk Takiar up in Manchester, who has Luxome, which is a wonderful brand. Those brands, they can just kind of plug in to No White Walls as well, can't they?
Absolutely. We totally do not see ourselves as imposers of a brand. I think we want to create an umbrella which has technology to enable everyone who wants to do the job right and want to create this 21st century co-living rather than an outdated HMO, to actually do it without having to do it all themselves. Therefore, we welcome established landlords with existing brands which we will maintain, love and promote under the services and technology we provide.
And I guess also for kind of newcomer landlords, it's helpful for them in terms of creating a high standard HMO in terms of the compliance and the regulation, and making sure that the tenancies are set up correctly, because they can do all of that on your platform, can't they?
Yes, absolutely. We provide, so the tenant onboarding journey, everything which is related to compliance in that area is taken care of and automated. All the prescribed information, all the booklets and your gas certificates are being uploaded, sent in the right time to tenants, uploaded to their dashboard on the platform. So all of that is taken care of. You needn't worry. We've developed the HMO focused AST with our legal advisors specifically thinking about how that works. And also on compliance side, we may help in terms of advising and recommending some additional services we will be offering is like a compliance audit where somebody can come into your property, review and say what is missing, what may need to be done.
Fantastic. Now, Olga, you are a prop tech entrepreneur, you're an HMO landlord, you're a mum of 2 young children. Kind of seems to me there's this lovely story here that actually No White Walls is actually going to help you maintain a really positive kind of life-work balance. Is that important to you?
Absolutely. And I have a story which kind of inspired me to a certain extent. It was way before I even started my property journey, and I was still working full-time and traveling every day, and I was putting my daughter, who was I think 4 or 5 at the time, to bed, and she said, "Who is that boss that makes you go away from us all the time?" And I said, "He's a bad person." I said, "No, he's not. He's just forced to do the same thing." He's like, "Then who makes it?" And I said, "That's the business owner." That's why I want to build my own business, to be my own business owner, because beyond what I do in an HMO area, in the property area, in the platform area, I have another really strong sort of drive to create a working environment for women and parents of both genders to be able to combine their lifestyle to their work and actually find that right balance. It's different for everyone. And I think we currently are a team of 15 and all of those people are flexible in their work. We build our work around observing school holidays and other things. And I think that's my very strong drive to build a business which can work not only for our customers, but for my team.
Well, that's wonderful. And it's very early days for No White Walls, as we said. You've just launched. Presumably, you would be very happy if Property Tribes members with HMOs went along to your site and had a look and went in and saw all the different features. And you'd love to hear feedback, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. We are in beta, and what we welcome and what's most important for us in the next few months is learning. We built it with the best of ability, having talked to many landlords, but you never can make it perfect up until people actually start using it. So we welcome anyone who has time and interest in the area to go and trial and come back to us. We want to build it with an HMO landlord in mind, and based on their feedback, based on how they actually use it, what works, what doesn't work for them, we're definitely going to be making changes. So that feedback is crucial to us, and it's, I guess, more important for us than earnings at the moment.
Well, fantastic. It's been so lovely talking to you, Olga. And I have to say, on a personal level, I find your business journey very inspiring. I see that what you're doing is coming from the heart, that you've got this tremendous niche knowledge of your own HMO landlording to bring to it, and to make life better for landlords, tenants and the community, as we said, creating that triple win. And I fully support everything that you're doing, and I hope that we can meet up again perhaps in the future and see how it's all developed, because it's very exciting times for you, isn't it?
It is. Thank you. And I thank Property Tribes for the support. I've been an active user for ages, learning myself on my own journey, going to different boards, asking people, and I was amazed how responsive and helpful people are and what kind of real community you've built there. So a lot of things you are doing there in terms of community, I'm always picking up on them, and I think, how do you make people contribute back so much? So I'm thankful for your support, and I hope we will have a reason to come back with more good news.